네, 홍콩의 대학교 현장에서 선도적으로 진행되고 있는 예술과 기술의 융합된 커리큘럼, 러닝 바이 빙 교육, 그리고 활동학습 등에 대해서 다양한 프로젝트 사례 중심으로 해서 들어올 수 있는 유익한 시간이 잘 생각이 듭니다. 그리고 미국 국립의학도서관에서 보관하는데요. 현대 성인의 평균 집중하는 시간이 얼마인지 아세요? 8초라고 가슴에 손을 좀 얹어주세요. 스스로에게 좀 얘기해주세요. 나는 정말 대단해요. 영어, 한국어도 모자라 스페인식으로 된 말이고 1시간 이상 집중해서 좀 듣고 있는 스스로를 칭찬하시고 예술은 자아존중하고 그렇죠? 아무리 기술환경 변해도 다양한 가치라고 생각합니다. 지금까지 두 분의 날짜를 통해서 기술환경을 적극적으로 대표하고 있는 교육 현장, 문화예술 교육 현장 이야기를 나눠봤습니다. 앞으로 모실 네 분의 연사님은 예술과 기술 적점에서 최종방에서 활동하고 있는 작가분들이십니다. 아무래도 예술과 기술 적점에서 나타나는 예술의 형태는 디지털 아트인 것 같습니다. 스스로를 울트라 테크놀로지스트 집단이라고 표현하는 팀랩 아시아 지역 디렉터 타쿠야 타케이치가 다음 영상의 주인공입니다. 팀랩은 2001년 도쿄에서 출범한 융합예술가 집단으로 예술가, 프로그래머, 애니메이터, 건축가 등 다양한 전문가를 이루어 기술을 활용한 예술을 주제로 다양한 작업을 진행하고 있습니다. 오늘 발제에서는 디지털 아트가 어떻게 사람들을 연결시키고 사람 간의 관계를 증진시키는지에 대해서 말씀을 주실 예정입니다. 큰 박수로 타쿠야 타케이치를 무대로 모시겠습니다.
안녕하세요. konnichiwa. I'm Takuya from TeamLab. So, as maybe the professor introduced, TeamLab is the art collective based in Tokyo. And now we have around 500 members and composed from the various kinds of professional like hardware engineers, software engineers, graphic designers, 3D animators, architects, and project managers. And we always compose the teams and create our work as a team. So today I want to introduce how TeamLab creates the work, and at the same time that's how TeamLab want to influence the humans through our artwork. So the first concept of TeamLab's artwork is body immersive. So for example, now I'm standing on the stage, and boundaries between myself and this stage is very clear. It's very a different object. However, sometimes I think we are too sticky on that kind of the physical boundaries. So we are trying to break that kind of boundaries through our artwork. Let me introduce one of the artwork called Crystal Universe. So this is we fulfill the whole space by using the LED strips and create a maze. So people can walk through that maze freely. At the same time, it's interactive. So we censor the position of the people. So the behavior of the audience will influence the artwork. Also, as you can see, the space is covered by mirror floor and mirror wall. So people can feel like they are floating. So when you enjoy this artwork, maybe you can feel like they are floating in the air. At the same time, the other people is also the trigger to change the artwork. So boundary between the audience and other people will be also getting ambiguous. Also, we can also use the smart device to interact with the artwork. Next example of the body immersive is projection on the surface of water. So as you can see, everybody can take off the shoes and they can enter into the real chilly waters. And we do the projection on the surface of the waters, and it's interactive. So when the koi fish bump into the audience, koi fish dies and they change to the flowers. And this space is also covered by mirror wall, so we can have the infinity effect. One of the good points of this installation is these waters, because sometimes now we often use the smart device, smartphone, and the laptop. So we forget we are composed from the physical body. So we try to stimulate the physical sensation of the audience by using these chilly waters. So we can be really immersed into this artwork together with their own body. And maybe when we enjoy this artwork, boundary between ourselves and other people will be very getting ambiguous. We can be a part of the installation together with other people. So this is another example. So this is the falling universe, the flowers. So this is a dome screen with a mirror floor. So we do the projection of the falling universe on the dome. At the same time, there's a reflection on the floor. So as you can see, the people can feel like they are floating in the air. And the point of this artwork is maybe we can realize the same effect by using the virtual reality easily. However, we are sticking on the physical installation because if it's virtual reality, we can be only involved in the brain, but we want to involve the whole body of the audience. Also, we want to provide the opportunity to enjoy the artwork together with other audience because we are trying to break that boundary between the space and the audience and between the relationship among the people in the same space. This is also another example of the body immersive. This is not the projection or LED, but the kinetic work. So those flowers are real flowers, real orchid flowers. So we hang around 3,000 orchid flowers from the ceiling, and it's hung by motors, so we can control the high level of each orchid. So when user get close to the flowers goes up. So actually the audience can walk over this space freely. And the audience can be surrounded by the flowers. So normally we appreciate the garden from the outside objectively. But in this artwork, people can be a part of the garden. Also, it's better to enjoy this artwork together with other persons. So when you meet somebody else inside of this artwork, you can be surrounded by the flowers together with other people. Maybe they are strangers, but they can be a part of the art installation. Okay, let me proceed to the second concept of our artwork. Second concept is the transcending boundaries. So, okay, let's pick up the painting. So this painting, maybe artist will choose a canvas first, and the artist will express something on that canvas. So maybe I can say that boundary of the canvas is the limitation of the expression. So artists need to stick on that. Artists need to be restricted by that kind of physical limitation. However, in the digital artwork, I think we can release the artist from that kind of physical limitations. Let me explain about example. So this is one of our artwork of the butterfly projection. It's very dark, so I hope we can see the works. Oh, actually somebody is standing here and the butterfly appears on the front of the audience and those are projection. At the same time, it's not visible, but this is the just black void monitors. So it's a combination of the projection and the void monitors. But actually, this butterfly can fly freely between the monitors and the projection. So now in the digital artwork, the artwork can go beyond the limitation of the physical boundaries like canvas. Yeah, this is like edge of the monitors. So this is more complicated version. So this artwork composed from the 6 independent artwork: waterfalls, flowers, butterfly, also the lock and and the calligraphy, and the board monitors. We can also exhibit those works in the independent exhibition space. However, we intentionally put all 6 hours in the same room. So those butterflies can fly freely between the works. Maybe you can see the butterfly also goes to the another monitor work. So sometimes, maybe when artists release the new artwork, we have to divide each artwork very clearly because we have to exhibit separately. However, in the digital artwork, maybe we can just exhibit all the artwork together because we don't need to stick on the physical boundaries. And also let me explain about our new experiment in Tokyo. Now we are completing the new huge exhibition in Tokyo, which will be opening 21st of June. And it's 10,000 square meters huge permanent exhibition. So if you have any chance to go to Tokyo after mid-June, I hope you will stop by this. And this is a huge exhibition, and we will exhibit like 40 hours in this space. However, the concept of this artwork is borderless. It's very similar with the concept boundaries. So we will exhibit those kind of artwork like a cloud. This is one of the artwork, and those walking figures, and maybe flower animals. So those are independent animals. But at the same time, those artwork is connected. Let me explain. Let me show you the example of the passageway. So now you can see the clouds is flying over, the figure is also walking. At the same time, you can also see the animals. So those artwork is the independent and the different. But sometimes this walking figure has the independent rooms, but they escape away from the room and they walk over to the another artwork. So this is what we are trying to achieve in Tokyo now. Okay. So this is the sub-concept of the T-Rex artwork. So we also believe digital artwork, especially interactive digital artwork, has a power to improve the relationship among the people in the same space. Let me show you the example. So this is one of our artwork for the flower and the peoples. So it's interactive projection of the flowers on the walls and the floor. So if people standing still, flower blooms on the field. Also if the people walking over this space, that behavior will flowers get away. So normally this artwork is very beautiful and full of flowers. Now you can see that the girl is standing still, so flowers comes out. But if she's walking over the space, flower will scatter away. And when we exhibit this artwork in New York, there was an accident. In the opening day, the space is very crowded and everybody keep moving. So all flower was gone. So this is the real pictures of opening. So it was quite nervous. This is the artwork of flower and people, but there was no flower. So, and most of the people are VIP, so it was quite nervous accident for us. However, after this accident, the situation was very interesting for us. Even though they are strangers to each other, they start talking about maybe it's too crowded, so it's better to check another hour first and then come back to the hour later. And after 1/3 of the people left this room, flowers start blooming again, and everybody shared one moment together, even though they are strangers. I think this is very interesting point of the interactive digital artwork. So let me pick up the Mona Lisa as one of the most famous artwork in the world. So if you go to the museum in front of the Mona Lisa, it's always crowded. But I think nobody cares about other people. Maybe everybody is focused on the Mona Lisa. Also, if it's too crowded, maybe people feel other people as a nuisance because they want to focus on the Mona Lisa. However, in our digital artwork, it's different. If you have the chance to visit our artwork, kids is running inside of the front of people. But it's okay because if kids run, they change the artwork more beautiful. So we can appreciate the artwork together with the kids. So I think that is a very big difference. But it also happened in this artwork. Let me explain again. So if the maybe kids lands in front of the Mona Lisa, maybe they will get scolded by the parents. However, if they run inside of the artwork, everybody appreciate them. Also, that this is the not obvious, but this is the sleeping guy, and actually he's my colleague Takashi. So when we exhibit this front people in Singapore, he was so exhausted. So even though it's operation hour, he just slept inside of the hour. But everybody appreciate him because if people standing still or sleeping still, the flower bloom a lot. So he can be a part of the hour. So even though he's like a 40 years guy, but everybody appreciate him. But if he sleep in front of the Mona Lisa, he will be kicked out from kicked out by the sleepy guy. So I think this is a very small thing, but I think it's very big difference between normal artwork and the digital artwork. Okay, in last, let me explain about how team lab consider the possibility of the artwork. This is the just example. Maybe I can say that most of the famous peoples whose name remains in the history is either scientist or artist. One of the reasons is maybe artists and scientists can change how people, how humans see the world. For example, that scientists find out the new rule of the physics, and through, after that kind of findings, the human can see the world through that new rule. So actually they change how people see the world. But we also believe artists can do the same things in a different way. I think maybe most of you know about this artwork in the 18th century. So actually, as far as I know, there is no painting before the 18th century that expressed the rain in the air in the painting. So in this famous painting, maybe it's rainy because everybody holds the umbrella and the ground is wet. However, there is no expression of the rain in the air. Almost at the same time in Japan, one of the famous artists in Japan expressed rain as a line. I think this is as far as I know, this is the first time that artists expressed the rain in the air in the drawing. And Goho also adapted his expression, and his expression get famous. So if we ask the kids to draw the rainy day now, I think most of the kids will draw the rain in the air. But it was, I think, influenced by those artists. Also, this is another example. So, as you know, Andy Warhol expressed Marilyn Monroe together with the canvas. I think this is the innovation, because when Andy Warhol released this artwork, mass production like this canvas is a very low level cheap things. So if you want to be very high level luxurious things, it has to be a tailor made or custom made. But Andy Warhol said it's Marilyn Monroe and the canvas is the same level. Everybody knows and we like it. And it was innovation at that time. So for example, when Andy Warhol released this artwork, Louis Vuitton has only 6 shops in the world because all their products were tailor-made. However, after the Andy Warhol, maybe it should be the trigger. Andy Warhol released a new standard value to the people. Everybody changed their mind, and mass production can be also the luxurious product. So this is also the example how artists can change the standard value of the people and how it will influence the industry and the world. And now teamwork. I think now we are in the digital revolution, maybe the agricultural revolution and the industrial revolution and digital revolution. And digital technology is of course very useful and it will influence our lifestyles a lot. But at the same time, we believe the digital technology also creates new standard value in the digital society. And now TeamLab is trying to propose that kind of new standard value, a new standard cool to the world through the digital artwork. Thank you very much.